Hi guys, today I'm gonna be doing this thing called ranking every level, judging like how convenient it would be by living in it. That made no sense, but hopefully you get the idea. I got a tier list set up, so a legendary would be like the best place to live, and a terrible would be like, no, I don't want to live in that. Understand? Hopefully. Alright, we just start by going into the house map. Starting off with the outside, honestly, the house looks quite ugly. Does the house actually look like this? Oh my gosh. Dude, this really is the house map on the outside. No offense to the Piggy family, but this house looks so ugly. And by the way, it has windows that... What on earth are these windows? What? We got, the backyard, which honestly does look quite cool. If I ever have kids, they could, like, play out there. It got a well, which I don't think I'm gonna find any use for it, but it looks cool. And we also got this. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, honestly, I don't know what this room is, but at least it looks cool, I guess. I think the Piggy family has a good backyard. And by the way, can we just talk about like how empty this house is? Like, no offense to the Piggy family, but they have no taste in like decoration and stuff. Like this house is just so empty. Like, they don't even decorate it. Okay, we have a kitchen. The kitchen does look quite nice. Like, yeah, like this is where stuff can be. Yeah, it's a nice kitchen. We got the bedroom, looks quite nice, but the bed is kind of in front of the window, which is not really good interior design, but here's the bathroom. You know, this bathroom would be nice if it wasn't for the lack of toilet. How am I supposed to use the bathroom with the lack of toilet? And by the way, this vent doesn't even fit that. And by the way, can we talk about how the ventilation system in the Piggy universe suck? Don't vents normally like lead to outside to like get the air? That makes no sense. Or do the Piggy characters and like the Piggy universe have to leave the windows open constantly? Like, I'm sorry, but like a vent here is not going to do the job. Alright, time to go upstairs. I'm not sure if I would feel comfortable with this staircase. Any moment it could just collapse. And maybe not die, but I could like break a bone or something. Like, it has like no supports. And can we talk about the lack of guardrails on the stair? Like, I could just accidentally fall down. This is probably have to be the weirdest interior design I ever seen. Oh, not interior design, but the weirdest like building design. Just having like something like that outside. And by the way, let's discuss the elephant in the room. Well, why is there just randomly a big gap? Like a big gap in the building? Just why? Just like, it doesn't even have guardrails. Like, am I supposed to trust this weak plank? Like, you think this plank can actually support me in real life? And like, if I have children, they're just gonna be like walking up and just gonna be like, oh, ah! Why is there lasers in my house? And by the way, it's not the type of lasers that would like set up a alarm if you touch it. No, it will flat out kill you. That's also not good house design. Like, no wonder why there's a big gap. It's so they can protect the children from the deadly lasers. You know, this is reminding me of Hello Neighbor now. The basement looks quite nice. It's just I'm wondering why isn't there any like actual floor and it's just like dirt? Someone's gonna like come out and track mud in the house because of the basement and not outside. Can you believe that? I do apologize for saying like a lot. I'm just wondering why is the garage all the way down here? Shouldn't be like at the top, not like, you know, underground. You know, I bet you when they like open this like garage door, like instead of like going outside, it just leads to a wall. That actually will be really funny. Like, what if this house's flaws, like looking ugly in the outside? Honestly, I wouldn't mind living here. Like, maybe not like my first choice, but it does seems like a pretty cool house. So, we're now at the station map, and let's discuss the entrance. It's a glass door, which, is it safe for a house to have like a glass door? Is it safe for a house to have the glass door as a main entrance? Most glass front doors are 6 times harder to break, and if they do happen to break it, one of the noisiest glass to break. So I'm gonna assume that applies to this door, so I should be safe. And oh look, we got the lasers again. This might be an even cooler spot to have lasers. Like I could have my like bedroom in here, and like when like intruders break in, I could be still safe because like I'm surrounded by lasers, unless they brought a winch with them. And we got the sale room. Like having sales in your own house seems cooler. Drink a glass of water for every time I say cooler. I could lock up my biggest enemies. Just here's the I could only assume to be like the what was these places called? The playground. Dude, the playground. I'm sorry, I just forgot the name. Like, it does seem a little bit what's the word here? It does seem a little dead, if that's the word. Like, that's not the word, but you get what I mean. And let's talk about the walls. Like, having walls around, oh wait, that's only for the courtyard? Oh, wait, is this for the whole station, or just only the courtyard? Oh, well, it's still cool to have walls, but I'm going to have fences around me anyways, so I won't find much use for the walls. Especially if like a police car that is strong enough to go through concrete is there. Seriously though, how is this possible? A car like bursting through concrete. Okay, I could only assume is a sewer. Like, let's discuss the elf in the room. Why is there just, whatever this is, that can kill you in sewer? And again, if I want to cross this, I gotta trust a weak plank. Well, then again, I could, like, go around the place, but that would be just kind of tedious. And things get even stranger with this room. How are these boxes not getting, like, if it can kill a person, then I'm just so confused. I'm speechless. And by the way, why is there a hole leading to the substance? Like, what? Do you got any, like, bad prisoners that keeps on, like, escaping? And you're like, you know what? Let's get rid of him. And they just drop them there? What? I have so many questions and so little answers. Creecraft should not be making theories on who is torture or who is clowny, who is the insolent. He should be making theories about the design of this place and the designs of the Piggy maps. Like, what is going on here? You know, honestly, like, station map, honestly, I don't want to live in the station map. Just, like, ignoring the, fact that it has, like, a weird green substance in it. it's still not like a place I want to live in. Like, sure, it does have some cool spots, but like I would not find any use for it. So it's like a C tier. Alright, it's time for the gallery map. Feels like the only way into my house is through a alleyway, and a sketchy looking one at that, which I don't see any other spot. So yeah, I do always have the garage to go through. Like, if I was like taking a walk and not driving my car, like if I want to get back home, I gotta go through a pretty sketchy alleyways, which could have a lot of bad people in them. And just knowing the fact that there could be like bad people around your house is actually kind of horrifying. Horrifying sounds a bit much, but like kind of creepy. Like there could be bugalows at any moment. Dude, don't tell me this is literally one of the pictures. Just a couple of rocks and a void. What? And one of them is blank. The art here sucks. No offense to the people that owns this mall. Honestly, the sails, they do look quite cool, but like they have no guardrails. So what if like one day I was like all drunk and I was just walking up the stairs drunk and I just fall off and hurt myself, and I'm drunk, so I can't like call the doctors. So I'm just like lying there in pain, and depending how bad it is, I could like die. And oh, this one's even worse. I could like again, if I was drunk and just fall off, I could literally die here. Well, at least this part of the map is really cool. Just one night, I can't sleep, so I come up here and look at the stars and the moon. That would be really cool. Like, this looks like something that would be in like a fancy mansion. For the gallery map, is it a B or a C? Like, the only way in besides the garage is going through a sketchy alleyway, but it does have some fossils I could sail, which is a plus. But do I want to live here? Probably not. I'll probably put in B tier if it wasn't for the only entrance just requires me to go through the alleyway. So I think it'll be a C, maybe a D. Just let's see. So going into the forest map, honestly, the forest map looks quite cool in a snowy setting. Like living in a strip of land seems pretty cool on paper, but like it cannot be convenient. The only shelter I have is so tiny. Like look how small these cabins are. One of them has a hole in it so bugs can come in. And I cannot imagine the forest map being safe to live in. Like, what if like a snake comes and bites me? Like, where I live, there's a lot of copperheads, and I am not allowed to go to my front yard without my parents' permission. Again, these cabins are tiny, and like, what if it starts raining? Like, if I need something, I just gotta get soaking wet to go to each cabin. But on the plus side, I do get a cave, which is cool. And by the way, why is there randomly just cars in the forest map? Well, I guess like in the forest you can find some debris, so I guess I'm not horribly wrong. And we need to talk about this watchtower, I guess. And like, by the way, I am not convinced these planks are like the official entrance into this cabin or this watchtower. Like, this watchtower is entirely useless because I am not risking my life like to walk on funny planks that cannot stand my weight. But like, the forest map, honestly, like it. You know, I think it's probably a D tier because, like, my only source of shelter is absolutely tiny, and also, like, it's really dangerous because of predators. So yeah, it's a D tier. Alright, time for the school. Did it just kick me out? Let's just talk about the size of the school. Like, it feels like I'm walking through a mansion, just knowing this is gonna be my house. Like, look how big the classrooms are compared to my room. My room is like half the size of this. This is like so big. And we got the basement, which in the game it's flooded for some reason. I'm not sure how like how am I going to use like a flood basement for my house, but like I think it'll still give me cool vibes even if I don't find any use of it. And wait, it gives me access to a sewer? Like I don't know how big the school sewer is. I might actually have to go to Piggy Inc for that. But like this place might be even bigger with the sewer, and this place is already big enough. To able to access this room, we gotta like put a book in there, which is really cool. Like, these like types of secret rooms where like there's like a bookshelf and you gotta like pull a book and like the bookshelf would just move. Like, it's kind of like that. That's really cool. I could like make a secret gaming room in here. This says that the school map might be a tier. I'm not sure if it's a S because there's not like anything like super crazy, but I would love to live here. Like, the school map feels like a mansion, and depending how big the sewer is, it might be even bigger. Like, it's a A tier. It's like a mansion. Alright, it's time for the hospital map. It looks like this has a security system, which when I was like younger, I always wanted to have cameras in my house so I can like go to the security room and just like look. I don't know, I just always wanted to have cameras in my house. So like, this is literally fulfilling my dream. And by the way, we are going to introduce you to the world's smallest insane asylum. I feel bad for any insane asylum prisoners that are in there. I think we got another OSHA violation. Why is there again another pointless gap? Again, I gotta trust a weak plank that can't stand my weight. What were the people that built this place? What were they thinking? We were doing so well. There didn't seem to be any OSHA violations. Man, I cannot stop ranting about these gaps. Please stop being lazy and fill them in. But look at the bright side. This hospital has a helipad. It's really cool. Like, I could like order Domino's. Like, they can deliver the pizza in a helicopter. Just imagine how cool that would be. The hospital map, there wasn't anything special about it besides the helicopter pad. It might be, I wouldn't mind living there. It seems to be like a cool place to live. So a B tier with the house. Alright, the next map is the metro map. I'm just going to assume that I get my personal, let's call it a train. I forgot their names. Is that bad? And honestly, that'd be really cool to like have your very own personal train. I could like go to places. There was nothing special on the first floor besides the train thing. On the second level, there's a lot of trash everywhere. I guess you could just get rid of it, but I cannot imagine the metro being sanitary. Like, I guess I could like clean the place up, but like I might have to like mop every corner. That was a awfully short segment. The metro map, honestly, yeah, having your own personal train is really cool, but like you could just use a car instead. Basically the same thing. And like the train thing only goes to like a small portion where like a car could go basically everywhere. So I won't find much use with the metro. Like I'll take one, but like actually I like with cars there's like traffic, so I guess you know, like, I can't imagine the Metro map being very sanitary, so I think I'm putting C tier. Some people might disagree, but yeah. Alright, it's time for the Carnival map, which probably has to be, like, the most hated map in Piggy, because how easy and overvoted it is. But is it a good place to live? Like, can we talk about how awkward the tree placements are? Like, they're literally placed in front of I don't know, they just feel like these trees just feel forced. Couldn't they put them out there? Like they're in such awkward spots. Like most people in the Carnival is probably gonna go through the middle out. Just, I don't know what Mr. P was thinking on that, but you know the Carnival map has like the same problem with the forest map. Well, what if it started raining and like all the shelters just absolutely tiny? Well, like they're not as tiny as the cabins, but still. But on the plus side, there's a Ferris wheel, which who wouldn't want a Ferris wheel in their house? Like it would be kind of fun at first. But like after a while, it probably will get boring. Like Ferris wheels would just become kind of like old news to me because how much I might be riding it. So it's just now a cosmetic thing. Hopefully that makes sense. Alright, let's go into the main spot of the chapter, the circus tent. I mean, it does look quite cool, but I'm just gonna assume it's like, what if it starts raining? Like, can like circus tents actually like stand rain? Can a circus tent stand rainy well? Rain, it doesn't matter. Snow, it doesn't matter. But wind is the biggest challenge. So, I should be more so worrying about wind more so than rain. You know, what if, like, the wind gets so bad, it just, like, blows off this circus tent? Then, I got a whole mess to clean up. Well, wouldn't that be just wonderful? We got these cages, which I could put my biggest enemies in there again. And this one has wheels, so I could, like, push one into a volcano. Alright, let's talk about the roller coaster now. Like, I never been on a roller coaster, but if I have gone on a roller coaster, I'll probably love them, but this seems like a lame roller coaster. Like, we never see the full thing, but like, considering how it never goes up in the air, it just seems like a lame one. Like, I would take it, but I don't think it'd be like that good because it seems like a lame one. So the Carnival map, oh, this one's gonna be a really hard one. You know, the Carnival map has the same issue as Forest, that it's outside and could rain, but like, and the shelter here is really small, but it's not as small as the cabins. And plus, it's not gonna be as dangerous because in the forest map, there could be like a wolf or a snake or something that could kill you at any moment. But I think I'll put, actually it's kind of cool. I'll put in B tier for now, B. Okay, it's time to cover the city map, and honestly, I have been quite scared about the city map because there's so much to this map. Let's address the elephant in the room. Those two buildings in the city map, so that means that I own two buildings. Just the thing here is just, this apartment doesn't have any doors. That means millions of bugs are gonna be in there, so I gotta install doors. Great. And look at this apartment complex has the world's smallest pool. Just imagine like everyone that went a room in this apartment just decided to go into the pool. Just imagine that. Like, have you seen the wall parks in China? Just imagine that, but just with a small block of water. It doesn't seem like it has any filters in there. So that means the water is probably going to get dirty fast. But like, in the point of view of me owning the whole place, it probably won't be that bad. I think I could live with a small pool. And by the way, we need to talk about these rooms in the apartment complex. These have to be like the smallest hotel rooms of the century. Like, just imagine like a family in here, like a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, maybe a baby, just all in one room, and they're gonna have to sleep in the same bed. Just, oh, that's miserable. But in the point of view of me owning the whole place, then I probably could live with rooms like these. And by the way, side note, why is there just like a useless vent there? Some creepy guy could like uninstall the vent and just go like, "Hey, it was Johnny." Alright, it's time for the office building. This office building has plenty of space, and it's really cool, I guess. I don't know. It's just, there's nothing special here. It's just like, it's really big, so I could like I could use this room for a lot of things. I could make like I could make a whole movie theater there. Just move all the chairs and the filing cabinets and the benches, and just install the TV and just get a bunch of chairs. And wow. And by the way, when I said I own 2 buildings, that's a complete lie. I'm gonna assume I get to own Grandma's Piggy's poutine, which this could be what my kitchen is. Which I own 3 buildings. Honestly, this one was a lot quicker than I thought. This one will be an A tier. Like, it's big. Owning 2 buildings is cool. And by the way, with the outdoors maps, they don't have the problem of rain because the buildings are big, so I have plenty of room to roam around, which is AA. It's an A. Alright, next up, the mall map. And by the way, just imagine the mall map in Black Friday. Like, they don't got much stuff on sale, so everything is whatever. But seriously though, imagine that, the mall map at Black Friday. And oh yeah, we got some security measures. Well, when a player walks through it, you get alarmed. Honestly, having security measures in this mall is really cool. I feel more safe with them. Not really, but dude, I think Black Friday is happening. Look how many people are in this mall. Dude, I'm getting distracted too much. Like, these things could be like more of a nuisance. Like, does it also detect me? And plus, I don't have much break-ins happening in my neighborhood, so why would I need these things? And just, how many are there of these thingies? Is there only 2? Well, why would I need these things? If there's only 2 in this specific area, like, the wobble is just gonna break into my house, and they're gonna be like, oh, I would just walk around them, which, there's another flaw. They could just walk around them. Dude, these things suck. Like, couldn't they get better security than that? And by the way, this mall have banks, which I'm not really sure if malls have banks, but I guess I could have my personal bank. Dude, I just realized this has to be the most disappointing, like, vault. Like, in the normal Piggy game, this is not opened. It's like, we do not have this laser area. That's only in special occasions. But like in the normal game, this is all sealed off. So when I open my vault, it's just this tiny room, and that's it. Well, like, let's say I do have this laser area. So this laser area is really cool. And by the way, it's the lasers that kill you. So like, I could like put all my valuables in there. It's not only it's protected by a vault, it's also protected by lasers. And it's a double vault. Oh my gosh. Dude, I cannot believe this bank has better security than this entire mall. Okay, I know that bank's security is more important than mall security, but the II arcade, you know, this has to be like the smallest arcade of the century. But seriously though, like in the point of view of me that is living in this mall, having an arcade in your house is absolutely awesome. Like you get to play all your favorite games, and also we got a claw machine, which I probably won't find much point because I own other stuff in there, so why would I need a claw machine? Well, I guess I could use this for guests. Like, I just invite some guests over and they play on the claw machine, and I just put some plushies I don't care about in there, and they could get that plushie. We got, I cannot remember the name of this game, but, I think my friend likes that game, so I can, invite my friend over and play with him. And here's the kitchen. This has to be, like, the smallest kitchen of the century. And look! Yeah, this is literally, this kitchen in Black Friday. Like, the kitchen has to be, like, the only downside of this mall, besides the security thingies. It's because how small it is. Like, it's like a food truck. It's tiny. Like, I would like a bigger kitchen. And, ooh, the XLAOs, woo! Woo! That's a reference to SpongeBob, by the way, if you can't tell. You know, I'm not sure if I ever dreamed about this, but like, having XLAOs in your house is like a child's dream. Like, who wouldn't want XLAOs in your house? So this has to be like a dream come true. But we got the gap flaw again. And by the way, why is there stoves in this room and sinks? What is this room supposed to be? Maybe this is just like the random room full of random stuff. Alright, there was nothing special about the second floor, so it's time for the tier list. You know, I think I'll put the mall map in A tier, because like, you got all these different rooms. You got an arcade, a vault, and XLAOs. It's like, who wouldn't want these things in their house? I would love to live here. It might be an S, who knows? It's time for the Outpost map. And why is there just a bunch of cars and spots that doesn't seem like there should be cars? Again, outdoors map have the problem of rain. If it rains, then it's gonna be a big struggle, but I don't think it's not as bad because I have plenty of places to go in. Like one day I just look down in the holes, or a big mole or something comes out my face, and imagine that. Yeah, use the bedroom. It's quite nice. Use no room that I could use the thing for. More buildings. And it has lasers that can kill you, so who want that in their house? I gotta say, this part, I don't know. I know it's a pretty boring part of the map, but I just really like it. Like, I would love to, like, own something like this. I just love the view of this place. There's a gym, which I don't really work out, but... Alright, here's the power plant, which I guess I own a plant in my property, which is cool. If I own this place, do I keep the tank? So does that mean that I own a tank? Well, forget cars, tanks are the new thing around. Just imagine like you're stuck in traffic and you find a tank as one of the cars. Like, I could be like Mad Pat. Well, like, he has a tank. But, like, this time, I own the tank. Imagine how cool that would be. And not only that, I have my very own helicopter. so I could like avoid traffic by just flying in the sky. Then again, the US government would probably stop me. I'm just wondering, is there like any people that own helicopters and just use them as a car instead? Would they be even allowed to fly them without getting in trouble by the government? Is that allowed? Alright, that map was a lot less exciting than I thought. This map, I won't mind. Actually, yeah, it does have a tank, but like, I'm not sure if the US government will be happy with me using it, because I'll be shooting out a bomb, and I don't know if it's even illegal to drive a helicopter without like the government's permission. I don't know, it's like a B tier. Like, I wouldn't mind living here. Alright, that's it. That was quicker than I thought. Alright, the last and certainly not least, did I say that right? I sure do hope so. It's the plant map. Not talking about the green living things. I'm talking about the power plants. Like, I don't know how big the plant actually is, so I'm just gonna assume I only have this specific area. This has to be like the weirdest map. We got hallways that leads to sudden death. Just like under me constantly, it's just a pending doom. Like, what if like I was just hanging out here and like fall down to my pending doom? Like, I don't know how deep it goes. Maybe I could tie a rope to a camera and just like, you know, just drop it down though and pull it back up to see how deep it actually is. This has to be like the most dangerous spot of this map. Because of the lack of guardrails, like at any moment I could be just, like what if like one day I just woke up, walk out of my room, then just fall to my pending doom. Wait, is the floor just being like held on by some ropes? I think that makes this even less safe. And is this a glass floor? Okay, I'm gonna assume that the glass floor is pretty durable, but still, I just look down. I just feel such fear just looking down. This reminds me of a time, like me and my family went to some mountains, and like there was a bridge, and under the bridge is like a pending doom. If you fall off of it, you will probably die. Just crossing the bridge, it was like one of these wobbly ones. Actually, was it very wobbly? I don't know. I think it was a rope bridge, I think. And like crossing it, I felt so scared. And like there was a section where like the floor is glass, and that one was the one that I feared the most. And like I think there was some guy telling me to look down. Like it wasn't a family or friend, it was some random stranger telling me to look down. He wasn't like telling it in a mean way, he was just telling it in like, you know, sort of a goofy way, or like a fun way, if you will, I guess. Yeah, that was really scary. I won't even go to this area. I could just fall to my death at any moment. We got this room, which has to be the coolest room. We got this awesome pillow you can just look at. Yep, very awesome to look at. You know, this room would probably be the room where I put my bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and stuff. This one has a gap full of toxic residue. Again, I'm relying on weak planks, but it seems like this plank is designed in mine to hold me. It's a lot thicker and bigger, and it's hold on these things. So yeah, I don't know what these glowing crystals are, but maybe I could like just pluck these glowing crystal things off and sell them. Alright, that one was quite quick. The plant map, honestly, this map probably sucks because one of the rooms are really unsafe, and no chance I'll go in though. so it's probably a detail. So I do not want this video to be too long, so this is actually part 1 of a series. I'll post the part 2 version of this video sometime in the future, so stay tuned for that.